Hey everybody, H.Bush here again. Thanks for your time. Just wanting to do another session, another podcast, to just stay in touch with you all and keep the information flowing and connecting with everybody. And I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you sharing these on social media. I really appreciate you connecting and giving me your feedback. And I really vibe off your energy too as well. So let's keep this thing going. So we talk a lot about entrepreneurship. I'm a business coach, H.Bush. I'm a business coach that helps people out in business and entrepreneurship, online business, and all that, things of that nature. And I come across a lot of very, very, very interesting information, a lot of interesting interactions, crazy interactions sometimes too, honestly. And I'm sure all of us do, especially on the online world, where we are running across so many people all the time and having to filter out the crazies from the non-crazies, and then also make sure we're not crazy. But I don't know, it's just interesting going through this journey of entrepreneurship and learning continuously. One thing we can never do is get to the point where we think we know it all, because that causes us to start declining because of our own pride, because of our never being able to adapt to the change that's continuously coming to. Because you have to learn, because change is always happening, especially in the online community. And speaking of that, so something that happened interesting today, I don't know, it just really stuck out to me. I seen a particular young man. I don't know, as I'm thinking about this, as I'm talking, actually, I'm thinking about even the title of this should be making sure you're not living a cloned life. And really, and the meaning of that basically is trying to make sure you don't get caught up in the continual impulsive lifestyle that a lot of us are driven to live. And then we find ourselves becoming some type of non-thinking person, a non-thinking clone type of person that's just like a zombie through life, even in business too. So we have to be careful of that, because we're so inundated with so much information every day that sometimes it overwhelms us where we're not even thinking. And what sparked this is, like I said a minute ago, I was watching this young man. Don't get me wrong, now he was enjoying himself, probably minding his own business or whatever. But it's just something that's really stuck out to me is he was riding one of his what are those things called, those hoverboards, which are technically not hoverboards, because hoverboards really are boards that have anti-gravity technology in them, but we don't have them yet. Well, we'll say they're not disseminated to the masses yet. But anyway, one of those there's little skateboard things that are called hoverboards, and I'm sure many of us know what they are, where a little contraption that has two wheels on it, and you basically stand on it and roll around on it, basically. But the thing that stuck out to me in this particular scenario is he was riding his hoverboard up a steep hill, going about half a mile, maybe a mile at the most an hour. And let me just let that sink in. He's going up a steep hill, going about half a mile an hour. Now, I've never really took out the time to look up how fast a person walks, what's the exact mileage or whatever, miles per hour. But I'm sure the average speed is more than a half a mile an hour. And the reason that stuck out to me is I'm thinking to myself, why doesn't he just get off the board and walk up the hill? Now, of course, the logical response would probably be, well, maybe he was tired, maybe he's out of shape, maybe he just couldn't get up that hill. No, this was an average young man of around 20 to 25, in shape, pretty muscular type of individual. So believe me, I believe he could actually walk up that hill a lot faster than riding the hoverboard. And don't get me wrong, this is by his own choice. Like I said, he was minding his own business, so this is not a knock on him. This is more of just an observation in relation to me, honestly. Just hoping that I don't find myself, and a lot of us find ourselves in these scenarios just out of just not thinking, where you just live such a drone living life, where you're not making decisions based off of rational thinking. Now, you're still not going to always come to the right answer all of the time, even in rational thinking. I mean, we're not all some hybrid humans and that's going to make every decision perfectly. Believe me, I make dumb decisions all the time myself. But the reason I think this just stuck out to me, because I'm thinking of, is he really just thinking about this, or is it just a type of non-thinking drone type of thinking that not able to come to the conclusion that it makes more sense to just walk up the hill and achieve your goal of getting there quicker versus riding up the hill on a hoverboard just because of literally not even thinking about it. And I'm saying this because I think about things that I do in my life that I don't think about at times. Like sometimes I could literally get into a car. I could literally say before I leave the house that I'm going to take a different route to the shop, to the business, to whatever I'm doing, work, whatever it is, to the store, whatever. And I have this whole agenda thought out ahead of time that I'm going to take a different route. But by the time I get into the car, I'm so automatic and drone thinking that I'm not thinking. And I find myself taking the same route. And that in itself starts really, almost like really frustrating me, because I'm like, man, I need to start thinking more, being more present, because that stuff affects your whole entire life. I had a friend of mine that smoked cigarettes, and we was talking about, how cigarettes kill and it contributes to bad health and things of that nature. So as we're talking about it, he's like agreeing. And she's like, man, yeah, I need to stop, and I'm going to stop, da-da-da-da. But before he knew it, he literally was lighting up in front of me. Like, cause he wasn't even thinking about it. It's just impulse and compulsion. And it's not saying he's like we're just terrible people, but I'm just saying, just observing how impulsive we are and how thinking is of not even thinking, and how drone thinking we are. And then I just bust out laughing. I said, dude, so you actually just like lit up a cigarette, man. And he's like, man, I couldn't believe it. Like literally, I wasn't even thinking about it while I was talking to you, man. My body was just doing it. So then I get to thinking about how this applies to all of our lives, man. Like, we could be doing things, not even realize we're doing it, and putting ourselves in bad positions in life, and not even meaning to. It's not saying we're trying to cause any harm per se. We're just so compulsive and so impulsive that we're not thinking before we're acting. We're not thinking before we're taking action. And we're finding ourselves not being able to really think things out, make the right decisions to position ourselves for a better future. So just a few thoughts for today of just about being able to pull out of the matrix, as I say all the time. Like, just pause for a minute, be more present. That's something to remember as you're going throughout your life today. You're getting inundated with so much information. Even this in itself is information. As you're listening to this podcast, it's still a bunch of information on top of all of the other information and things that are coming at you every day. But pause for a minute. Even if you need to just pause this podcast right now, just pause for a minute and think. And let God think through you. Like, let some wisdom come to you. In your businesses, like we're going so hard in our businesses, but you have to pause sometimes. That next deal is going to be there if it's going to be there. But pause a little bit and just chill out. Take a break sometimes. Sometimes you need to take a 2-week break. I had a friend of mine took a 2-week break off of social media. And sometimes it's involuntary too. Sometimes you know how that goes. But take a voluntary break and just pause for a minute and be able to come back to yourself and calm your nerves down. Because you can be more riled up more than you know. So think about that as you go throughout your day. Pause for a minute. Take some time out. Maybe write in a journal. Maybe read a good book. Maybe take a walk. Take a walk through the park. Or just sit around in silence for a minute. And just pause. Find a good view somewhere in the city. And just go there and look and chill and be in silence and just take it all in. Breathe it in. And just digress for a moment. So think about that as you go throughout your day today, in your business, in your life, in your family, whatever it is that you're doing. Try not to become an impulsive, compulsive thinker all of the time and living a reactive life that you find yourself becoming a drone in life. And be able to just take some time out to pause for a minute and gather your thoughts and be able to think some things out before you take the next action. And you actually see how much more effective your decisions are. So thanks for your time. Thanks for your time and listening to this podcast. I'll be making some more. I really appreciate you all. Remember, just think about some things. Pause for a minute. And, of course, if you need any help in anything, contact me, inbox me, look me up on social media. I look forward to hearing from you. Let's share some ideas with each other. If you have any ideas you'd like to share with me, to share with others, let me know. Share them with me. And share this with someone. I always tell people to listen, share, and repeat. So that way these type of messages can get spread and actually these type of messages spread throughout the social media community and hopefully help somebody, even if it just touches one person. I know everybody's not going to get it. Some people are probably like, man, what is he talking about? He's just all over the place. No. Some people, though, are actually going to be touched by this message. And that's really what's important, even if it's just one person. There's billions of people online, but if just one or two people are touched by this, that's what counts. So listen, share, and repeat. I appreciate your time. Contact me, inbox me. For my entrepreneur friends or people that are aspiring to be entrepreneurs, go to the YOBIS1.com store. It's an online store for entrepreneurs. YOBIS1.com. Check it out. And also download a free copy of the Entrepreneur Mindset and learn more about entrepreneurship. Be able to do these type of podcasts and generate an income from it too. Entrepreneur Mindset is a free copy. You can download it at the YOBIS1.com online store for entrepreneurs. So appreciate your time. Thanks again. Be on the lookout for more podcasts. If you have anything you'd like for me to cover, any questions that you have, any concerns, let me know. And I could discuss them in the next podcast. And if you have any insight you'd like to share, let me know too. And I could discuss them in the next podcast too. So thanks for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day. And as you go throughout your day, find some time, even if it's just 5 minutes at work. Take a pause, take a break. Gather your thoughts. Do not be living such a reactive, compulsive life, and actually think before you act. And put yourself in a position, put your mind and your brain in a position to be able to think and pause and think before you take some more effective action. So thanks. Take care. God bless. Enjoy the rest of your day. Go for your dreams. Because I always say, if you don't go for your dreams in life, somebody's going to hire you to help them build their dreams. Take care. God bless. Enjoy the rest of your day. Go out there. Make sure you go to the YOBIS1.com store for entrepreneurs and download a free copy of the Entrepreneur Mindset. Take care.